Switzerland is expensive, but many travelers spend more than they need to because they plan the route wrong. The biggest cost is not always one hotel, one train ticket, or one mountain viewpoint. It is the way the whole itinerary is built. Too many bases, too many train days, too many paid mountain experiences, too many meals in tourist areas. And suddenly, the dream Switzerland trip becomes much more expensive than expected. So how expensive is Switzerland really? The honest answer is expensive, but not impossible. Switzerland is one of the most beautiful countries in Europe, but it works differently from many other destinations. In some places, you can choose one city, stay there, and take simple day trips. In Switzerland, every route decision matters. Zurich, Lucerne, Interlaken, Lauterbrunnen, Grindelwald, Zermatt, and the Matterhorn can all be worth visiting. But if you connect them badly, the cost rises fast. The first big cost is getting there. International flights will usually be one of the major parts of your Switzerland travel budget, especially if you are coming from the USA, Australia, or parts of Asia. Travelers already in Europe may have more flexible options. Zurich is often the most practical arrival city. Geneva can also make sense depending on your route. But here is the first mistake. The cheapest flight is not always the cheapest trip. If you save on arrival but create a route with extra train days, backtracking, and awkward hotel changes, the savings can disappear quickly. The second big cost is transport. Swiss trains are famous for a reason. They are efficient, scenic, clean, and incredibly useful for a first trip to Switzerland. But they are not magic. They still cost money. They still take time. And every time you change bases, you add another layer of cost. A route that moves from Zurich to Lucerne to Interlaken to Zermatt can make sense. But a route that jumps back and forth between too many cities, lakes, and Alpine villages can become expensive and exhausting. Rail passes can help some travelers. Point-to-point tickets may work better for others. But the bigger question is not just which ticket you buy. It is how much movement your Switzerland itinerary creates in the first place. This is the first big surprise. Transport costs are not only about trains. They are about decisions. Where you sleep, how often you move, how far you backtrack, and whether your route flows naturally or fights against itself. The third cost is accommodation. Switzerland hotels can be one of the biggest budget shocks. Zurich, Lucerne, Interlaken, Zermatt, and popular mountain villages can all be expensive, especially in high-demand seasons. Budget travelers may look for hostels, simple guest houses, or stays farther from the most famous areas. Mid-range travelers usually pay more for comfort, better locations, and easier access to train stations. Comfort travelers may choose scenic hotels, alpine lodges, spa properties, or places with mountain views. But here is the trade-off. A cheaper room far away from the places you want to visit may create more daily transport, more wasted time, and more stress. A better location can cost more upfront, but make the route smoother. So in Switzerland, the cheapest hotel is not always the cheapest choice. The fourth cost is food. This is where many first-time visitors feel the difference quickly. Restaurants in Switzerland can be expensive, especially in tourist areas, mountain villages, and scenic towns. If you eat every meal in restaurants around Zurich, Lucerne, Interlaken, Grindelwald, or Zermatt, the daily cost can rise fast. But this is also one area where travelers have control. Supermarkets, bakeries, simple meals, hotel breakfasts, and occasional casual food can help balance the budget. You do not need to avoid restaurants completely, but you should choose when they matter. Maybe save on simple meals during the day, then spend more on one memorable dinner. That kind of balance works better than treating every meal like a vacation splurge. The fifth cost is mountain experiences. And this is where Switzerland can surprise people. The Swiss Alps are the reason many travelers come. Lauterbrunnen valleys, Grindelwald views, the Jungfrau region, Zermatt, the Matterhorn, cable cars, mountain trains, viewpoints, and Alpine excursions can be incredible, but they can also become one of the biggest parts of the budget. And there is another risk: weather. A paid mountain experience can be amazing on a clear day, but if clouds cover the view, the value can feel very different. That does not mean you should skip the mountains. It means you should not stack too many expensive mountain plans without flexibility. Choose the experiences that matter most. Watch the weather. Leave space in the itinerary. Because in Switzerland, paying more does not always guarantee a better view. Now here is the mid-video reset. The biggest cost is often not one item. It is the way the itinerary is built. A traveler who chooses fewer bases, stays longer in each region, and avoids unnecessary backtracking can spend less and enjoy more. A traveler who tries to fit Zurich, Lucerne, Interlaken, Lauterbrunnen, Grindelwald, Zermatt, Geneva, Bern, Montreux, and St. Moritz into one short trip may spend more and feel more rushed. Same country, very different budget. This is why pace matters. Changing bases too often usually costs more. More train tickets, more hotel changes, more luggage days, more meals near stations, more last-minute decisions, and less time actually enjoying the Swiss Alps. For a first trip to Switzerland, a slower route is not just more relaxing. It is often smarter financially. So, what do different budgets look like? A budget traveler can reduce costs by choosing simple accommodation, using supermarkets and bakeries often, limiting paid mountain excursions, and staying in fewer bases. This style works best when the route is very focused. A mid-range traveler will usually spend more on better hotel locations, smoother transport, selected mountain experiences, and a more comfortable pace. For many first-time visitors, this is the best balance. A comfort traveler will spend more on scenic hotels, mountain views, nicer restaurants, premium locations, and easier logistics. This can make Switzerland feel smoother, but it also increases the cost quickly. None of these styles is wrong. The mistake is expecting a comfort-level Switzerland trip on a budget-level plan. That is when the numbers feel shocking. The most common money mistake is overpacking the itinerary. Every extra stop looks tempting, but each one adds movement. And movement in Switzerland is rarely free. Another mistake is booking late. Good locations can become limited, and last-minute choices may force you into more expensive or less convenient stays. Another mistake is doing too many paid mountain experiences. You do not need every cable car, every viewpoint, and every scenic train. Choose the ones that match your route and the weather. And one more mistake is ignoring flexibility. If you lock every mountain day too tightly, bad weather can turn an expensive plan into a disappointing one. So, how do you keep Switzerland beautiful without overspending? Choose fewer bases. Build a route that flows naturally. Use Zurich or Geneva logically. Stay long enough in Lucerne, Interlaken, Lauterbrunnen, Grindelwald, or Zermatt to make the travel time worth it. Do not change hotels every night. Be selective with mountain lifts. Use simple food choices when the meal is not the main experience. And keep weather flexibility for the Swiss Alps. For many first-time travelers, a smart route might start in Zurich, move to Lucerne, continue toward Interlaken or Lauterbrunnen, and finish with Zermatt and the Matterhorn. That gives you cities, lakes, valleys, and iconic Alpine scenery without making the trip feel like a constant transfer. Switzerland is expensive, but it does not have to feel wasteful. The best Switzerland travel budget is not about doing everything as cheaply as possible. It is about spending on the right things, the right bases, the right train routes, the right mountain experiences, the right pace. Because in Switzerland, fewer bases, smarter routing, and better timing usually create a better budget and a better trip. If you want to see how to turn this budget into a realistic route, watch the 7-day Switzerland itinerary next, because the way you move through the country can completely change the total cost.